the most entertaining thing to do. And even before that, watching Fox, you know, like shine combo, drill shine combo, and then just hit his opponent with nairs and shines into an edge guard that they aren't prepared for. You know, even then that can get a little stale. But like, and watching Sheik combo an opponent to death where they don't know what to do, that can get stale too. But Zero always just has something flashy, sparky, creative for us to always keep the crowd entertained. Zero loves his fans.
Right, so we've got
Is that SK92?
RF7 S92. This guy's.
No, is that? Oh, no, it's not SK92. It might be though. I'm not sure. SK92 is like an old school Falco player from Brawl. Played Melee before that, I believe. I don't think he was completely new to Brawl. I'm not 100% on that, but a very, very powerful player. I know a lot of old Falco players have switched to Fox in this game, so I'm really interested to see. But right now, this guy.
It seems like.
Yeah, it is SK92. So
yeah,
this guy, you can't sleep on him. Like, even though a lot of players here would not have heard of him, he was very, very powerful. Top player for a long time. One of the top Falcos in the country in Brawl. All right, and definitely has a lot of experience under his belt. He's getting lit up by Zero right now, though. Oh my God, that read.
It seems like to me, it's very easy to see that this isn't necessarily the skill difference between SK92 and Zero. But when you fight a player at a caliber like Zero, and with such a level of prestige and such a connotation to his name, it makes you play a little nervous. You know, you're on the big stage, you're at Genesis fighting Zero. It's easy to say that maybe he's just out of his element right now.
I love the way that Zero always, after the last potential hit of Fair, he goes for the reverse aerial rush back air to make sure he can string his combos back longer because he knows he actually has the greater range there. And I also love the way he just continues his offensive pressure. That's one thing about Zero is he never stops being aggressive. He just has one aggressive move flow into the next, which could be a way to actually counter him. That's pretty much the key to the match of beating Zero. But, you know, it's really difficult to do that when you can't deal with pressure to begin with.
Yeah, and you just, in general, you have to deal with the fact that Zero has top-level reaction.
Yeah.
So even if you want to play a game, within like 2 or 3 exchanges, he can make you feel like maybe nothing you have to bring to the table is going to be enough for him. He can kind of like make you feel inadequate with just a few exchanges in the initial game. His reaction is just too fast.
Exactly that. And one of the things that gives Zero such a fast reaction, I'll let you guys into a secret here, is that he actually plays the game. He doesn't play a game where it's because the way he studies the game and the way he views the game is this. He goes into the match and he says, okay, I have an overall master plan, okay? I know that if I hit you with this, first of all, he knows the results of all actions, okay? He does not get surprised by situations because he knows the results of all actions. He knows if you get hit, where you can VI and what can potentially follow up and what does not work.
Yeah.
A lot of players, you see them try things that simply do not work.
Yeah, because
okay?
The thing is, I think the default method in which players play, like, is like when you ship a player off right off the conveyor belt, send them onto the battlefield, their default module is set to instinct. They fight off of instinct, and Zero's elevated past that point.
Exactly.
He plays with a library of knowledge already, and he builds off of that.
Exactly. There's nothing instinctual about Zero's gameplay, okay? And that's what allows him to be so reactive to all types of situations is because, look here, if you watch SK92, right? He's throwing out these back airs because he's like, okay, this could be fair, but ultimately, you know, he's simply not sure. Zero is sure. He knows, okay, I'm going to throw a fair here. You're going to get defensive. That gives me the opportunity to grab.
He was sure. He's already adjusted to a style. Do you see how Zero's kind of creeping along with crawls and keeping himself really low to the ground?
Yeah.
He already adjusted to your style. Like because he has that library of styles, just that database in his brain, he just knows exactly which channel you're switching onto. He'll switch right onto that channel and follow you. So you've gotta come out really clean, but at the same time very unorthodox to take someone like Zero out.
And you have to have such an appreciation for this style because he's very in and out. This is what I meant when I said very creative. Uh-oh, rare technical error by Zero to do a reverse bouncing pitch right there.
But Zero probably finds himself in a situation where I can try things out. So, you know, he probably tries things out that he may not do versus an opponent like Nairo. So you might see technical errors in matches like this, and it doesn't mean that he's playing bad or anything.
Oh.
He's just, you know, he's finding his footing and, you know, trying to make sure every little trick in his book is ready to come out as perfectly as he wants it to be.
I like the way he uses crouching to really deceive your character model with Sheik. Look at that, lands on the ground, instantly adjusts himself backwards to trick Fox into whipping that grab. Gets a nice little bread and butter there for 32.
I mean,
Call it the breakfast
shoot
combo.
out of the gate, kind of an explosive way, kind of like, literally like a crouching tiger. You just, you know, you think that he's not ready to attack you, but he's coming out right out anyway. Oh, and of course, you know, when you miss a tech like that, when you play Fox, it's absolutely imperative to master your techs.
Yeah.
That character has the type of recovery where you're gonna get bounced off the stage often.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Zero, he doesn't improvise so much as he already knows everything that can happen, so he simply selects from his library of options. It
like
makes him an entirely different type.
Down on cartridges,
exactly.
and he just switches his, like, everything you do, he knows how to switch off and just meet you there.
And that's a devastating type of player where it's like, even if you manage to surprise Zero with something new, something fresh, he's seen so much else before that what's going to end up happening is he's going to be like, oh, you hit me with this?
It's kind of like that.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let me put that in the new file. And then it's over. So it's so difficult to beat him because you surprise him one time, good for you, but you got to surprise him more than one time to win the set.
Yeah.
And then at the high levels, all right, you've got 5 games to go through, not just 3 games. You know, it's not just a single, like, best of 3. Now it's a best of 5. So every little surprise that you had saved up for Zero, something that he may not have known.